It's been one full year since the Lord called our dad home, and we like to pay tribute by telling you his story. Sateki Kali Kaufusi was born to parents Havili Kali Kaufusi from the village of Felemea and Kulukona Antoni, or also known as Malia Kulukona Kaufusi, on the 22nd of March 1954. He was one of three from this union, with his eldest brother Kali Kaufusi currently residing in Sydney, New South Wales, and his younger sister Kulukona Kaufusi going to be with the Lord at a young age. With the untimely death of his mother, his father remarried his second wife, Melesiniva Kali Kaufusi, and from this union came another three siblings, Amone Kaufusi, Beni Kali Kaufusi, Sinipata Kali Kaufusi, with Amone being the only surviving sibling living at the family home in Whanga. Dad started his schooling years at Lautohi Puleanga o Hihifo, Tongalele Kaha'apai, close to his home before moving to Taufa'ahau College below level. During these years, his father would ask him to do away with his education so he could help him with the plantation fields. His love for the plantation fields kept up until his death, and to this very day, plants surround his home from the work of his hands. At the age of 28, Dad would step on the shores of Australia on the 8th of August 1982. Months later, he would marry his true love, his wife, our mum, Emeline Whangaipulotu Kali, from the village of Folaha on the 22nd of December that same year. They would go on to have 4 children, a set of twins, Losaline Kali, Lesieli Moala, followed by their only son, Sinipata Kali, and the youngest daughter, Elizabeth Hafoka. From the marriages of their children, Sateki and Emeline would go on to be grandparents to 18 grandchildren, with 16 bringing them joy in their lives and 2 resting with Jesus. Sateki was almost always one of the first to welcome these blessings to the world, with a kiss and a playful tap to the head, his signature gesture of affection. There was only one thing that he loved more than life, and that was his Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. He dedicated his life to serving God and his church. This life of servanthood started in 1984, having been one of 7 to plant the Tongan Church in Marrickville in December of that year. He would go on to be the first lay preacher at this church, now known as Leapote, and he would also become the first representative of Leapote at the church conference in 1985. 2 years later, he would become the Tokoni Setuata, or assistant steward or elder at the Church of Cronulla in 1987. A few years later, the relocation of his job to the Central Coast also meant a change of scenery for his family. And though the commute was an hour or more outside of Sydney, Sateki would continue to go with his family to Leapote every weekend for services. In the later part of 1990, the Tongan community was growing on the Central Coast, and through their discussions, they urged him to plant a church here on the coast. Hearing the need of the people, Sateki opened the first congregation on the Central Coast with the opening first service held at Tukli Uniting Church on the 23rd of January 1991. As nominated by the members, he would become the head steward or elder of the church at the age of 37. This was the beginning of 30 years of servanthood until his stepping down in late 2021 due to health concerns. In those 30 years, whether it was serving at the Lord's table or encouraging our youth or preaching from the pulpit, Sateki brought all he had to the Lord's altar. In his final days, he was asked, "Are you ready to meet Jesus?" To which he replied, "Deo fia fiao I'll be happy to see Jesus. He loved just as hard as he served, and his example pointed us to the cross, the same cross we, his children, serve today. His favourite verse was Psalm 27, verse 4. I have asked the Lord for one thing only do I want, to live in the Lord's house all my life, to marvel there at his goodness, and to ask for his guidance. We know it's the Lord's house he now lives, and oh, the joy it must be to bask in his goodness. And though it's been one whole year of missing you, we hold on to the memories forever to come. Rest well in Jesus. Sateki kali Kaufusi.
Eiki ko tō opa, e ka kai mamawa. Hanga mai e a piona, o tiki waka.